Now, a woman with a voice is by definition a strong woman. In going by Michelle Obama's words, that no country can never truly flourish if it stifles the potential of its women and deprives itself the contributions of half of its citizens. And Christopher Hitchens makes it even simpler by defining women empowerment as a cure for poverty. Now this is the Work and Talk Show with me, MUMBI, and today we talk about women in power. My guest, a self-proclaimed women advocate who runs a network feminist known as Quest for Essence, Deborah Ngeshi. Thank you so much for making time for us. I'm good. You look awesome, by the way. Oh. So Deborah Ngeshi, thank you so much for making time for us once again. And by the way, you look awesome. Oh, to begin with, what does feminism mean to you?
From my perspective, feminism is about gender equality.
Okay.
The idea that no one should be discriminated according to their sex.
Okay.
You know, from today's perspective of feminism, people are, it's more like part of a conspiracy against men.
Exactly.
It's not the case.
All right.
So from my point of view, feminism should be about gender equality.
And now that you're talking about gender equality, can you be a feminist without being pro-choice?
Sounds tricky, but personally I'm pro-life opposed to pro-choice because I do not support abortion. I do not think they're supposed to be legal, except on the case of whether it's an emergency or at a point where the mother is at risk.
And do you believe that women and men are different on a biological level? Do you?
No, on biological level oh yes. Biologically we are different. But in terms of these other things, I do not think we are different. We are all equal and we should be treated the same.
And you know, talking again of gender equality, we've seen women take up. We've seen in 2013 general elections, we saw the president-elect 6 cabinet ministers were women. In 2017, we saw women take a role led in the fortran, taking up seats that were previously male-dominated. One of them, Honorable Joyce Labosa, may also rest in peace. And again, we also had Charlie Chingiru. We also had the governor of Kinyaga County, Anne Waiguru. What is your take on women when it comes to political arena?
First of all, I think it's a great step.
Okay.
Because it only means that the world has started to accept the idea of women and men, we are equal and we should be given the same treatment. We should not be discriminated on the basis of gender. So I think it's a really great step, and it only means we are moving.
Now, is there a downside when it comes to feminism? Because you've been a feminist for quite a while, I know.
There is. It comes with a lot. I mean, you see, the society views the feminists as rebellious. As I said earlier, it seems like a part of a conspiracy against men. Being a feminist, it's more like a radical movement nowadays. But I think it only depends on the person. There are those feminists who are really extreme, and there are those feminists who are more open-minded, if I may say, for lack of a better word. Yes.
Now, are there stereotypes when you decide to claim the word feminism? You know, like call yourself a feminist. Are there stereotypes that you really have to fight?
Yes. As I said earlier, the first one, the society views you as a very rebellious person. No, this person cannot be a mother. This person cannot be a wife. This person has a Queen Bee syndrome. Yeah, she's the type of woman you cannot rule or mind. And you know, the idea of a woman, she's supposed to be soft-spoken. She's supposed to be submissive. Yeah. But once you tell people you're a feminist, you just on some other level. They view you as a very tough person.
Now, in this day and era, we still find boys who are taught to take risks, and girls who are taught to avoid risk. What is your take on that? Are we the society that are failing, or what is really the problem when it comes to taking risk and raising our kids in a different way?
It's a good thing, and it's also a bad thing. It's a good thing, reason being, as a girl, typically you're vulnerable. You're vulnerable to so many things. You're vulnerable to abuse, you're vulnerable to misuse, you're vulnerable to rape. In short, being a woman means vulnerability.
It means
So raising a girl to be more aware of her risk surrounding, I think it's a good thing. But then again, it's also a bad thing, because we are raising our girls with the mentality that we are the weaker sex, which should not be the case.
And now that we're talking of women and their vulnerability, I go back, some time back when we had the argument between the governor of Nairobi County, Honorable Mike Sonko, and the member of parliament, NYAMBURA on Twitter, where they had a war of words. And at some point we saw the governor tell NYAMBURA actually that she is barren, so before she raises her voice, she should first give birth. What is your opinion on that? Are women still depicted ability really?
First of all, it was a wrong statement, because I think you're not supposed to.
And now that you're talking about women and their vulnerability, I'll take you back a little while when we had the bitter exchange between the governor of Nairobi County and the member of parliament for Suba, that is Honorable NYAMBURA. And at some point we saw the governor point out the fact that NYAMBURA is childless. What is your opinion on that, or what came up in mind the first time you went through that point? Because what came up in my mind first was it was not just about these political figures exchanging words, but then again I saw a society that is rotten, by the way, because how are we even raising our men again? That is a question that arises in my mind first. What is your take on that?
First of all, I do not wish to be misunderstood, because that scenario, at first, Mike Sonko was very, not the insulting part, but what Mike was fighting for was very, very logic. Because the whole idea of that whole bitter exchange of words was about single mothers, which is a thing I'm super passionate about. But again, it didn't have to get to the point of him insulting me, because Mike's idea was if at any time you say a child, it doesn't matter if you're married to that woman or not, you're supposed to take responsibility. But then it became worse, because now it became more than just a fight. It became more of a personal fight or something. So him abusing Millie was not okay, but Mike's idea was right from the very beginning.
It was. Now, according to you, is Kenya a patriarchal society?
Actually, the whole of Africa is, because from time immemorial, Africa has always been patriarchal. The idea that men are superior to women. So yes, Kenya is a patriarchal society.
Now that you're talking about women and superiority, I got to read the book The River and the Sex by Margaret Ogola, and the main theme was that was depicted in the book was the place of a woman in the society. By the end of the book, we saw women take over the society. We saw women like Wandia, who even went to school, something that was not there before during the era of Akoko. So what is the whole thing when it comes to feminism? Are we trying to show that women are stronger or women are superior, or what are we trying to depict when it comes to feminism and women and now being the superior than men?
Actually, no, but there are feminists who are really extreme, and they make it look like women are more superior than men, which is not the case, because in real sense, we are so different from men, but as much as we are not equal, we should be treated equally.
All right. And again, the President of the Republic of Kenya, while speaking to 100 of youth during the presidential award ceremony, State House, said that it is the most rewarding and exciting thing to be a young person in this nation. As a young person, is it really exciting? Is it really rewarding to be a young person in this nation, in this era?
No, it's not.
Why?
Because I think, actually I don't think it's the real, it's what is happening right now. Being a youth in Kenya is the most disheartening thing, because the youth are the most neglected group of people in the society. The youths are the ones complaining of unemployment. The youths are the ones affected by poverty. It's actually not an exciting journey. Maybe it's promising us a better future.
No.
Let's see and let's wait and see.
And also we had an exchange of words in Twitter, because the youths are complaining that the president is actually neglecting them when it comes to even to employment in government offices, because we saw him elect maybe older people in government area. What is your take on that?
I actually think the president's reasons are so illogical, because he's saying the younger people are the ones who are stealing public resources. That is, if you're corrupt as a person. You shouldn't generalize all of us, and corruption doesn't come with the age. So the idea of
true, it does not. Remember the case of the governor of Kenyaga County right now, when it comes to the NYAMBURA scandal. I mean, it's not that she was young. And
exactly.
And just yet again we saw the youths demonstrating because of lack of employment, and also complaining that actually the president is leaving them behind when it comes to employing them in government offices. What is your take on that? And again, going back to the answer that the president gave.
I actually do not support the president, because his idea of why he's electing elder people into government is because he's claiming this younger generation is corrupt, and I do not think it's right to generalize people. If you're corrupt as a person.
I love the fact that you raised that issue that corruption doesn't come with age, because it's not like we've forgotten. The NYS scandal, the MUMBI scandal. We also had the treasurer scandal. I mean, the president words, I think, they are even on a high level. What is your take again on that?
I still insist on my point. Corruption does not come with age.
It doesn't.
So, as much if we cannot give these people chances or opportunities, then how will we know they are really fit for those positions? We cannot be complaining of unemployment every single day, and the government is out there giving jobs to even dead people. The other day there was
I'm also sorry to interrupt you again, because let's also go back to the Big Four agenda, that it was about creating job employment for younger people. I mean, how comes in our mind even when the president raised such kind of a question?
Big Four agenda is a total failure.
It is.
Because I think it's only 2 years.
Yeah.
The Jubilee government is left with, and we are yet to see the fruits of the Big Four agenda. So actually, on the part of unemployment, is a total failure.
And I was going through your Facebook post, and I realized you're also very vocal when it comes to politics. And I saw your comment about the Punguza Mizigo. And don't forget, we have the BBI initiative. We're also having the Kieleweke Team Tangatanga Embrace. What is your political stand?
I cannot say. I really do not know actually, but anything that affects the common mwananchi, especially our women, I have to talk about it. So I cannot really say where I am, because I'm not so much into politics. I'm not a critic. So as a person, I'm more into the things that affect the common mwananchi. If it affects us, well and good, we have to talk about it.
But the comment that you gave, because I realized that you used Millicent Omanga's post. That was, am I correct?
Yeah.
Then going through the comment, I realized that you indeed support Millicent Omanga's post. I realized that you do endorse the Punguza Mizigo because you also shared Honorable Millicent Omanga's post. What is your stand, really?
Yes, I do support Punguza Mzigo because I feel the only way to unburden the common mwananchi is by reducing or cutting all the extravagant expenses.
Okay, so not one. And again, going back to the issue of women empowerment, we can also not run away from the fact that women did gain when it comes to the 2017 general elections. And again, we also seen women come out in numbers to support each other. Recently, when you heard the bio of Bomet Governor Honorable Joyce Laboso, we saw women came out to say that actually the deputy governor, who was now to take over as the governor of Bomet County, should make sure that he elects a deputy who is a woman. And again, we also saw the president when he stood up to speak, concurring with the women that indeed the deputy governor should make sure that he elects a woman as a deputy. I mean, it's great that we're seeing even the president being in the forefront. We still have leaders who actually spearheading this issue when it comes to hours of sitting. But then again, feminism isn't about making women strong. Women are already strong. It's about changing how the world perceives that strength. And again, women are the true architects of the society. Feminism isn't about making women strong. Women are already strong. It's about changing the way that the world perceives that strength. And again, women are the true architects of society. And time is not on our side. And again, the topic to do with women empowerment is a topic that we cannot exhaust in a 1 hour sitting. So Deborah, how can people reach you? If someone wants to partner with the initiative or network, how can people get to reach you? Your social media pages.
Okay, you can find us on Facebook at Essence, Quest for Essence, on Twitter at Essence_Quest, and soon we are launching a YouTube channel, Quest for Essence.
All right. Thank you so much, Deborah Ngeshi, for making time for what? Feminism isn't about making women strong. Women are already stronger. It's about changing how the world perceives that strength. And indeed, women are the true architects of the society. Once again, thank you so much, Deborah Ngeshi, for making time for us. The whole team that worked tirelessly and effortlessly to make this possible. Asanteni sana. And remember to keep the conversation going. Let's keep engaging. My social media pages, Nyambura Mumbi on Facebook, The Walk and Talk Show on Facebook, at Nyambura Mumbi at The Walk and Talk Show on Twitter, Nyambura_Mumbi on Instagram. And this has been The Walk and Talk Show with me, Nyambura Mumbi. Goodbye, and may God bless you.